Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of On the Mic with Meta. I'm joined by my Canadian co-host, Elio Canella. Elio, how are you?
I'm doing good.
What did you think of Raw and SmackDown this past week? Let's start with Raw. It's been a very interesting and busy week for WWE. What were your overall thoughts on the show?
Well, I liked that promo that they had between John Cena and Roman Reigns again.
Yeah.
See, this is what we were talking about a couple of weeks back. Let them go out there and do their own promo. Stop scripting them, because then it comes off as fake. It sounds like they're reading from a teleprompter.
No, I agree. I agree with you there, because it seemed like, and tell me what you think about this. It seems like there are some real issues there between Roman and Cena, just from the way they've been talking on their promos. What do you think?
Yeah, so it sounds like it. If not, then they sure made it sound like there were.
Because it didn't sound like it was a work. It didn't sound like it came off as almost a shoot.
Right.
And I know that I read on WNS that the first segment, the contract signing, was mostly scripted.
But aren't we in the reality era or something?
Exactly.
Yeah, so I think a lot of these are promos that they're making it sound like they're like real promos instead of like scripted, which is good.
Yeah, exactly. Isn't that the way? I was going to say, isn't that the way it's supposed to be?
Yeah, this is what it was like when I was a kid and I was watching. They just gave these guys bullet points to go out there and do your promos.
Because and we've talked about this a lot on the show. I don't think promo should ever be scripted, ever.
No. Nope.
Because you don't get that level of input from the talent. If I'm part of the creative team and I just give that to you as one of the guys on my roster and say, Elio, you're going to go out and you're going to say this. You're like, well, it's not my promo. It's something that you've written for me.
Right. Yeah.
So it's not going to be as good as it would be if you came up with it.
Right.
Perhaps. And I don't. I'm really looking forward to this storyline between Cena and Roman.
And no mercy. Then I don't really care who wins, because it's just going to be a good match.
Exactly.
I can't really pick a winner, so I don't really care who's going to win.
I was just going to ask you who's your money on.
I don't care. I just want to see the match.
I'm thinking, I don't want this to be one match, to be honest. Right. I don't see the point of making it one match. What about you?
No. They're going to have a series of matches, I'm sure.
Yeah, build it. But keep the momentum going. Because for the first time, Raw has been actually hot for the past 2 or 3 weeks.
Right. Yeah, it's been pretty good for the past few weeks, and the show's runs smoothly. The flow's been pretty good. It's not dragged. So I haven't fallen asleep, so that's pretty good. That's a good sign.
Raw is the success of Raw is defined on whether or not Elio falls asleep.
That's right.
That's how you can tell if the show's successful or not, whether you don't fall asleep.
Yep.
Well, me, it's a different story, because it's 2 o'clock in the morning. So if I fall asleep, it's not because the show is bad. I'm just tired.
No, for you, it's because you're tired.
Exactly. Right. So, but with switching gears now to the Universal Championship, Strowman and Lesnar for No Mercy. How do you see that?
You know what? I'm gonna go with Strowman. I think Strowman's ready.
Really?
Yeah.
What makes you say that?
Because everyone's behind him. Now it's not just because he likes to beat up Roman Reigns anymore.
Yeah.
They're just behind him. Everyone seems to like him. He's got that likability quality.
The thing is, as well, and tell me what you think. For me, he's learned how to use his size and his microphone skills and put them together, which is an art in itself.
Oh my God! Did you see when he slammed a Big Show through that cage?
Through the cage, yeah.
Oh,
Oh my gosh, that was amazing,
he
amazing.
launched a Braun missile through the cage.
A Braun missile. I like that. I like that. So you're picking Braun, right? For No Mercy.
Yep. Yep.
I I don't know. I don't know because I would like, as much as I like Braun, I would like to see Brock give him a good match too.
Right.
I wouldn't like it. I wouldn't like it to be a squash match. You know that
I don't want Braun Strowman to Braun handle Brock. I want to see an actual match.
exactly. I mean, the booking of the SummerSlam Fatal 4-Way match could not have been any better in my mind.
No, that was pretty good.
That was an awesome match because you had, and to be honest, they set the table for now what we're going to have at No Mercy, because you had Braun literally manhandle Brock for the first time ever I've ever seen.
No, he didn't. What did I tell you? He Braun handled him.
He Braun handled him. There you go. So he Braun handled Brock for the first time that I've ever seen anyone do that to Brock. I've never seen that to Brock before. And then Brock came back and beat the crap out of him.
Yep.
So now what we have at No Mercy is there's just these two monsters who want to kill each other. So
the only thing is it's happening in September instead of October, because if they're monsters, isn't October the month of Halloween?
Well, that's true, but it's September 24th, so it's late September.
Oh yeah, that's true. Okay, it's close to the Halloween month.
Yeah, it's not it's not early September. It's not like the 11th. It's the 24th. So It's really late. Yeah. But I'm really looking forward to that match, and I think Braun could potentially become the Universal Champion.
Mm-hmm.
Switching gears now to SmackDown.
Oh my God!
Let's just put it. I know you have a lot to say, but let's go one at a time. So starting off with Shane McMahon and Kevin Owens. That's
another great promo. Oh wow!
That
one's going to lead to a match. I'm sure at Hell.
Undoubtedly.
Yeah, that's why Vince is going to show up next week.
Yeah, because I think it was smart by Kevin Owens in reference to that promo. I think it was smart by Owens to use real life facts that we know. We know Shane McMahon was.
Oh, when he said that Shane shouldn't have survived that helicopter accident.
I was just going there. Yeah.
Yeah. No, he didn't just say that.
I was watching it on TV, and I had my mouth open, and I was just like, There's no way he just said that on the promo.
Right?
There's no way he just said that on the promo.
He went there.
Do you think does the prospect of a Shane McMahon Kevin Owens match interest you?
Sorry?
Does the prospect of a Shane McMahon Kevin Owens match interest you in any way?
I'd like to see it. After the match, though, watch Kevin Owens and Shane McMahon are going to become best friends, just like Shane McMahon and AJ Styles.
Well, I wouldn't say they're best friends. That's a bit.
No, I'm not like you know what I mean.
Yeah.
They're not like best friends, but you know how I mean.
They can work together.
Yeah.
Right. But I don't know. I don't think that's smart. I understand your perspective of why you'd say that, but I don't think that's smart.
Well, Kevin Owens wants to sue the WWE. He wants to sue everyone now.
Oh, God. So, do you think that their feud, do you think it's going to be one match? Because I think we all know it's going to happen, but do you think it's going to be one match or a series of matches?
No, it should be just one match. Just like...
Why?
I don't know. Like, more than one match, I can't see Shane doing like a series. Not like he used to back in the Attitude Era.
He's still capable of it, though.
Yeah, he's still capable, but I don't know. I guess so. We'll just have to see.
Yeah, that's true. But I love that. I love the feud, the potential feud that's going to happen between the two of them, because I think they've done it the right way.
Yep.
We all know Shane's a hothead. We all know Shane can, let his emotions get the better of him. His the character, and that's been represented well in this feud. So
Now, where does that leave Daniel Bryan though? Because there seemed to be like some tension there on SmackDown after when Bryan told Shane he's indefinitely suspended.
I was just about to bring that up. I think this would be the perfect time for either Daniel Bryan or Shane McMahon to turn heel. What do you think?
I can see more Shane turning heel because people love Bryan. And not that they don't love Shane, but I'm used to seeing Shane in that heel role, because he's played it so perfectly.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But the problem is, whenever the opponent involves the guy's family,
right,
you're going to get a babyface reaction.
That's true. Yeah.
Nobody cheers the guys whose family get insulted. Nobody boos the guys whose families get insulted.
Right.
If they just kept it professional and left Shane's personal life out of this, I would agree with you.
Right.
But now that they've involved his family, which is smart, but I'd be very surprised if Shane McMahon turns heel under these circumstances.
Right.
So then I pose the question to you: what if Daniel Bryan would turn heel?
That would be pretty good too, because it's been a while since we've seen a heel Daniel Bryan.
I don't.
And he did bring up all that history on Talking Smack that he had with the Miz, where the Miz kept talking down to him.
Yes.
And kept bringing his personal stuff into it. Exactly,
because Daniel Bryan could come out on television and say that Shane McMahon is mentally unstable due to the Kevin Owens situation and cannot fulfill his responsibilities as SmackDown commissioner.
We're gonna have another vote of confidence, just like they did with Triple H on Raw.
Oh gosh, yeah,
with the roster surrounding the ring.
Yeah, that was in
the thumbs up or thumbs down.
That was in 2011, right?
That's right, yeah.
And the whole roster walked out, and the commentators walked out, and the cameramen walked out. The people still showed up though for the next week.
The only one who didn't work out was CM Punk.
And of all people, he should have.
Right.
Of all people, he was.
And he did after. He walked out on the company. Yes,
but that wasn't. Well, I was going to say that wasn't to do with Triple H, but it was. It was. Right. A lot of it was. Switching gears now to someone who you have a lot to say about, and I'm not going to. Oh my
God!
I'm just going to say his name, and then you can take over. Dolph Ziggler.
Okay, so when I'm covering SmackDown, I step away from the computer at a certain point, like around 9 p.m. I step away from the computer to go downstairs quickly to do my own stuff.
Yeah.
And then I return.
Yeah.
On Tuesday night, I came back. It was, I left. It was commercial. I came back.
Yeah.
And I heard John Cena's music. And we know John Cena's a free agent, so...
Yeah, he can show up anywhere.
So I'm thinking, okay, John Cena's showing up on SmackDown. What? Who came out? Dolph Cena. Seriously. Dolph Ziggler dressed up as John Cena. Why?
Well, I think, and I said this in my article that you read, that Dolph Ziggler has lost his identity on SmackDown Live.
Talk about having an identity crisis.
Right. He has the ultimate identity crisis. Whether that's... Go on.
And if that weren't bad enough, then he comes out dressed as Randy Savage. But the thing that really did it was when he came out dressed as Naomi. What? Seriously. Come on.
Maybe he's feeding the glow, Elio. Maybe he's feeding the glow.
Oh. I don't know what to say about this guy anymore. They've just ruined him so bad. Just send him to NXT, send him to 205, send him somewhere.
But see, this is what I want to talk about in all seriousness.
Yeah.
He has lost his identity on the show. Okay,
Right.
he doesn't know, or he can't find who he is anymore. Let's just be honest about it.
Yeah, I'm not
So,
liking this new thing that they have him in this new role. I'm not liking it.
no. So how, if at all, can he rebuild his momentum? Because I think we can all agree that his momentum is completely gone south.
Well, just like I said, like send him to NXT or 205 and rebuild him there, do something.
How would you? So if I said to you, listen, Elio, I'm giving you Dolph Ziggler to take down to NXT and rebuild him. How would you do that?
I would I'd start him up slowly, and then after a while, after he's gotten several wins,
Yeah,
I'd slowly put him in as a contender for the NXT Championship.
because that's actually really smart. Because it did happen with Drew McIntyre.
Right. Yeah.
When Drew McIntyre left this company in 2014, he was floundering. Nobody really cared about him. He was not thought of as a main event star. He was not.
He was a chosen one.
Right. But when he left this company in 2014, he was one member of the three-man band with Jinder Mahal and Heath Slater. Do you remember?
Yep. Oh, yes. Okay, go on.
And now he is NXT champion and a legitimate threat to everybody on the NXT roster.
Right.
So the same could happen with Dolph Ziggler, don't you think?
Yep.
But I agree with you. I don't know how, in any way, they're going to rebuild Dolph Ziggler under his gimmick now. It's not.
So the only person who did this well was Damien Sandow.
Yes.
When he came out dressed as all those characters week in and week out.
Yeah.
Vince McMahon.
But the thing is, Damien Sandow, he was so good at being a pompous character.
Right.
This arrogant character who looked down on everybody and, put
silence.
Yeah, exactly, right. And he spoke eloquently, he spoke well, and he looked down at everybody. Yeah. I think that gimmick could have been world champion. Am I wrong in saying that?
No, he could have. I thought they were actually doing something with him when they turned him face.
Yeah.
I thought they were gonna do something, and then they just let it all go.
Right. I don't understand that, to be honest. I just don't get it. I don't understand what's happening with Dolph Ziggler, and I don't know if at all he will regain his momentum. I don't get it.
Otherwise, just go somewhere else. Go to ROH. Go somewhere. Lucha Underground. There
are other promotions.
Yeah. Yep.
Ring of Honor. They do so much with him in terms of his in-ring style, and they could really focus on his wrestling ability. And then when he's ready, he can come back.
Yeah.
Like Drew McIntyre did.
Yes.
But I don't understand it. I don't get it. It's very sad. It's very sad.
It is sad.
Because
this is a former world champion.
Exactly. In 2013, when he cashed in his Money in the Bank contract on Alberto Del Rio the night after WrestleMania 29, he was as hot as anybody.
Mm-hmm.
As anybody. He received a huge crowd reaction. The fans were behind him. It was something fresh. It was something new. He pulled it off. And now he's an afterthought.
Mm-hmm.
Switching gears now to Impact. Or GFW, whichever you care to call it. I read this morning that Anthem, which is the company that owns GFW Impact, wants out of the wrestling business.
Yeah, I posted that item on the website, yes.
Yeah. What do you think about that?
All the legal issues and the stuff going on with the Hardys and now with Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah. Because Jeff Jarrett's taken a leave, hasn't he? He's taken an indefinite leave.
Yeah. He's taking a leave of absence, yeah.
Yeah. What what could possibly save GFW Impact at this point?
I don't know. Like I've said, like on past shows, I don't really even watch GFW, so I couldn't even say what
I
would
don't.
be able to save them.
I used to watch the show for a long time. When it was TNA, when Angle and Joe was there, Styles was there too.
And
But
up here we used to get it on Spike, so I used to have Spike, so I could watch it every week. But then they switched to Destination
Pop.
America, and then from there they switched over to Pop. So
I think, although I don't watch the show, and tell me what you think. I think their downfall is a result of several factors. Firstly, like you said, they were on Spike, they were on Destination America, they were on Pop. There's three networks.
they're still on Pop. They're still on
Pop, right? So there's three different television networks that they've been on in the space of very little time.
Mm-hmm.
When that happens, and tell me what you think. When that happens, you lose traction and momentum as talent and creative too. What do you think?
And also viewers, because not everyone, like myself, not everyone gets the channels that they switch to.
Right, exactly. What happens if you're on Destination America and half the people can't get, and half your audience can't get to that station? What happens then?
I hadn't even heard of Destination America. It sounded like a strange name.
Yeah, neither did I until they went there.
Yeah.
But and it seems like with the legal issues of the Hardy Boys, when their broken gimmick that they want to try and bring into WWE,
they're sneaking it in there every week on Raw.
Yeah, I keep seeing glimpses of it.
Yeah, especially from Matt.
Oh gosh, he's really been hinting at that. He's really exactly. Oh, he keeps talking about the Hardys have been awoken, and he keeps putting in hints and little inklings that they're bringing in. I don't know if they can.
I don't know what's going on with that, but hopefully we find out something soon on what's going on with those issues there.
Yeah,
I want to see it.
Yeah, so do I. I'm looking forward to seeing it. I stopped watching TNA or Impact just before that gimmick was introduced to TNA. So the only things I've seen of that gimmick were stuff on YouTube and stuff I've read on the internet.
As I said on the past show, I have a video on my computer I downloaded from YouTube that documents the entire the history of the broken gimmick from the beginning to end.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to seeing that and seeing what WWE decides to do with it, because yes, you can take a gimmick from another company, but it's important that you put your own spin on it, right?
Right. And we know about Vince and other gimmicks that were created in other companies. He doesn't like that.
No,
he doesn't like gimmicks that were created by another company.
No, I mean, when I agree with you, because when the NWO came,
even though they work,
they do work
there, and they could work in WWE.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they do work. Some of them, like for example, case in point, the NWO.
Yeah.
When that came in to WWE, of course, Scott wasn't 100%. He had a lot of issues going on.
Yep.
Kevin broke his quad, tore his quad.
Right.
So that halted that momentum. When Scott and Kevin... Sorry?
Oh, no, go on.
When Scott and Kevin... when Scott and Kevin were down, and Hulk Hogan had turned back to babyface at that point, the NWO was just dead.
Yeah.
There was no point. It was just dead.
And again, we have fans on the internet making fun of Kevin Nash because of all the surgeries he's had on his quads and stuff.
Yeah, and to be honest, I don't really see the humor in that. I've had surgery; it's no fun. So
No, they're not fun. No.
so it's I don't really see the humor in that. But with the Impact Anthem situation, it seems like this is WCW 2.0.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
With when they had all their issues.
Without Vince Russo, minus
Right.
Vince Russo and Ed Ferreira.
Right. Yeah. With it, if you take those two away, this is the same identical situation with a few details changed that we saw with Ted Turner, Eric Bischoff, and AOL.
Right.
They've purchased a company. They don't want it. They want nothing to do with it. Certain people within the company have left, have walked out, come back, and then left again. Like Jeff Jarrett, you know. So I don't know if they can come back from this. And I'm going to pose another question to you. With everything that's gone on with GFW Impact, should WWE buy the company and acquire the talent?
Oh wow. This would definitely be WCW all over again.
Yeah.
If they do, it should be on March 26, 2018. If GFW lasts that long.
That would be hilarious. I mean, my gosh, 17 years after WCW was bought out by WWE.
Imagine. Shane McMahon shows up on GFW Impact. The name says McMahon, but it says Shane McMahon.
That would be a perfect story, in my opinion. I think WWE look because the Impact Anthem have already put the company up for sale. That was posted in your article that you wrote.
Yep.
They've already put the company up for sale. WWE and the talent would benefit huge. Impact, and the talent would benefit hugely from being acquired by WWE and being many superstars being put down into NXT and built up to the main roster.
And a lot of them have already came over from WWE.
Exactly.
Yep.
You know, I just, with the talent that WWE has at this point in time, Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish, the three newest ones.
Yep.
This talent roster could be the best we've ever seen.
Imagine WWE 2K19.
Oh my gosh.
That would be even bigger than 2K18.
The ultimate game. I mean, you have so much talent there that they can just acquire.
Yep.
And WWE has the resources to do it. They've got the Performance Center. They've got NXT where these guys can go down and learn how to do things the WWE way.
Mm-hmm.
Brilliant. It's a recipe for ultimate success.
And you have new feuds to create.
Yeah. Because
there we go,
that,
Dolph Ziggler. New feuds for you to be placed in.
This thought just came into my mind just literally as you were speaking. What if Dolph Ziggler went down into NXT and began a feud with Adam Cole?
Oh. So turn him face again?
Well, he could be an in-betweener, couldn't he?
Keep it heel versus heel.
Well, he could be an in-betweener. He could be Roman Reigns in like the character that Roman Reigns is portraying.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's true.
He doesn't have to be a heel or babyface.
Well, there are no more good guys or bad guys. Remember what Vince said on December 15th?
Yeah,
he said the era of good guy versus bad guy is passé.
Well, that was 1997. So
yeah, that was 30 years ago. Wow.
That was.
No, it's only 20 years ago. 20 years ago. My bad.
20 years ago. Yeah, it was 20 years ago. I was thinking, man, I'm old.
No.
But
yeah. I never said I was good at math.
That makes two of us. I'm not good at math neither. So, but would you like to see the prospect of a Dolph Ziggler and Adam Cole feud?
Yeah, like I said, like if WWE were to purchase GFW, like in addition to that, if they purchase GFW, A lot of new feuds you could place him in.
There are loads of new feuds.
Yeah.
Loads. Absolutely brilliant. But in today's environment, they haven't purchased it yet. So he could have a feud with Adam Cole. I wouldn't mind him being sent out to NXT, to be honest.
Right.
I think it'd be good for him. I don't think it'd be a demotion in any way.
Well, aren't they saying like the next shakeup, possibly sending some stars down to NXT?
Most likely, yeah.
See, that's not a bad thing. Maybe it was like when NXT first started, but no, now it's just to help their characters and to help the NXT stars.
But now talent actually wants to be a part of NXT.
Yep.
Because before it was like, oh, if you put down to NXT or as it was called FCW, Florida Championship Wrestling, it's a demotion. You're not good enough to be on the main roster. That's how it felt before.
Yeah.
But now you're craving to go down to NXT.
Yep.
Because of the momentum that brand has gained.
I think Enzo was doing on a 205.
Enzo.
Yeah.
Well, he's doing okay. His promo skills are brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe he needs to be away from Raw for a little while.
Yeah.
Maybe he needs to be away from Raw for a while. I mean, obviously he's going to be on Raw still because the Cruiserweight is still on Raw. But I mean, maybe Raw is not his main focus. Now his main focus is 205 Live.
I don't think he's very much liked backstage, or is that died down?
I'm not sure. The last I've heard of it is he's now starting to frustrate people in 205 Live.
Oh no!
I read an article that you posted as well, or it might have been Kalen, but I read an article saying that he's now starting to annoy people and frustrate people on 205 Live.
Wow.
So
I did see a video of him like doing his own weigh-in on a scale.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if you saw that video.
See, this is I didn't see that video, but this is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
He needs to realize that he's walking a very thin line. He needs to realize either, look, I'm gonna be in trouble here sooner or later.
Right.
Sooner or later, they're going to realize that I'm not worth all the hype, and I'm not worth this. So I need to clear up my act.
Yep.
And start acting a bit more professionally. Because and tell me if I'm wrong on this. Because what I read is he was bragging about all these celebrities that he's hung out with. And all
yes.
Am I right on that?
Yep. I think I read that too. Yeah.
So it's okay to be a loudmouth and a braggadocious character on screen, but you need to learn to move away from that when you're off screen, right?
Yeah.
It's like Baron Corbin. Same thing.
Right, like off camera, he was. There was a kid that was at ringside that was crying, and that he went out to check on the kid.
To console the kid?
Yeah.
Really?
That was off camera.
Wow.
After SmackDown was over, yeah.
Right. So I think Baron. I don't think he's a bad guy. I think he's an okay guy, and I think he has great talent. But he needs to learn when to turn it on and when to turn it off. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So it's just hopefully he'll be back as a top star on SmackDown Live, because I truly believe that I truly believe he's the next world champion, or he's a future world champion.
On SmackDown, I don't know if you see this, but do you notice that split screen they have during commercial?
What split screen?
During the commercial, they have like a second screen where you can still watch the match even though there's a commercial.
No, I haven't. I haven't seen that.
I must be only online then, because I find that so distracting that when they say this match continues, they go into commercial, but then a small screen appears on the left-hand side, and you can still watch the match.
That might be just on yours, because when they say that on SmackDown that we're going to a commercial break, they just go to a commercial break.
Right, or it might just be on the computer, because I do all the reports online, like from my computer.
Yeah, maybe. But Baron Corbin, do you think he can regain his momentum?
Yep.
And how would he do that? If you were booking him, how would he do that?
Right. Just like I was saying a couple of weeks ago, just slowly rebuild him, and
how?
then eventually he'll put him back in the top spotlight to go for the championship.
I agree. I think I just feel that Baron Corbin, he's got great talent, and he just needs to control his attitude.
Yeah.
Because attitude in this business can be a great thing, but you need to learn when to put it on and when to turn it off.
And stop yelling at the fans during the match.
Right. The SummerSlam match.
That's so out of character, that
match. Yeah.
When you're just yelling at everyone, it's like, why are you yelling at the fans, at the crowd?
Exactly. The SummerSlam match that he had with Cena, he spent half his time yelling and screaming at the audience.
Yeah, I was like, what are you doing?
I don't understand that. I don't get it. And speaking of Cena, Roman Reigns, just to switch back to that feud, Roman Reigns brought up something very interesting. And I don't know whether this was scripted, and I don't know if it was real. But he brought up the fact that Cena, quote, buries people who he's in the ring with. Do you agree with that statement or not?
There's that word again, buries. That word, I don't know. The way people use that word.
Yeah.
No, actually, no, I don't think he buries people.
No, because first of all, and tell me what you think. I don't really understand that concept. I don't understand what that term means in the context of the wrestling business. Because
the internet wrestling community obviously does, because they like to use it a lot.
Oh, I know what it means, but they just overuse words like that. It just doesn't.
Right. No, I'm saying they obviously know what it means. They like using it a lot.
Exactly, right. And they just like to complain and moan and say this is wrong and they should do this and they should do that. First of all, until you're running that company, you have no say. Until you're involved in that company, you have no say of what goes on, because you don't know anything that goes on behind the scenes. You don't know why they make the decisions they make or anything else.
Oh, this is another thing I wanted to bring up.
Go ahead.
There was another news item which said Chris Jericho says Roman Reigns might be the best wrestler in the world. In the WWE. Sorry. Yeah. Might be the best wrestler in the WWE.
I've read that as well.
See, so fans can complain when an actual peer in the company says that about someone else.
Exactly. Because if you're involved in that business, in that company in particular, you will know. And Chris Jericho is a veteran. He's been in the company since 1999.
That's almost 20 years.
Exactly. And here's the thing. Roman Reigns is doing, and this is what people don't realize, it's called playing a character. Roman Reigns is doing exactly what people don't like, and that's why he's getting reactions.
Yep.
That's why he's getting reactions. The reactions he's getting, yes, they're booing him, but hey, they booed The Rock once or twice in 1996 when he first came in.
Yep. Oh, I didn't like that 1996 look at the Survivor Series. I was like, with that hair.
Yeah, I think a lot of people would agree with you there. There was something missing for them. But my point is, I don't understand what people are saying either about Roman Reigns or John Cena, because both of them can work.
Yep.
Both of them can have great matches. You know,
it's like I said, a lot of these fans they wouldn't survive in my era, because when I was growing up, they had what we call characters. What
yeah,
Roman Reigns is playing.
yeah, yeah.
People
Good
don't get
guys,
that.
good guys and bad guys, and you know,
Yeah, people don't get that in 2017.
because you grew up with the Ultimate Warrior and Hulk Hogan and
Oh
Andre the
yeah,
Giant.
I was there. I remember going out buying the very first wrestling album when it was released back in
Yeah,
'85.
yeah, yeah. And you know,
It's like it came out on I don't know if it was a Tuesday, but that Saturday I went out to the store and I bought it.
but see, this is what I'm saying, and this is a point you just made. I wanted to pick up on. People don't realize that the entire business is based on characters.
Yep.
Some you like, some you don't, and that's fine. But
Right.
there's no point bashing the company about it.
Yep.
Because the most effective way to make a change in the company is to simply stop watching.
This is why the remote control was invented.
Right. This is why we have the ability to flip channels. Right.
Yep.
The most effective way to stop a company doing something you don't like is to stop watching the program. Just stop watching it.
Yep.
But don't tune in every week and then complain on the internet, oh, they're doing this, they're doing that, they're doing this. Because at the end of the day, that's what people want. That's what the company wants. They want to create programming that gets people talking.
People should just watch it for the entertainment and the product.
But nobody does that anymore, Elio. That's the problem.
No, I'm saying people should, but no one does that.
Yeah. It's like, if you take John Cena, for instance, the matches he's had with AJ Styles.
Yep.
And you're telling me, not you, but I mean fans, you're telling me that he can't wrestle?
Those were awful matches. Don't you know that?
Cena and Styles.
Yeah, those were awful matches. Don't you know that? I'm saying what people online would say right now.
Yeah. But Styles.
I know they weren't bad. I know they were great matches. I'm just saying.
Yeah, we know that, but the internet wrestling community likes to say, "Oh, Styles carried Cena. He carried him. The match was only good because Styles made it good."
There's two people in the ring.
Yeah, exactly my point. Let me tell you something, people, and this is for everybody out there who says that about Cena. It takes, like my good friend Elio just said, it takes two people in the ring. You can't have a match on your own. What do you think?
Yeah, unless you're Triple H, where apparently he can wrestle a broomstick.
That was in his promo in 2011. I'll strip down to my tidy whities and I'll wrestle a broomstick for 2 hours.
Right?
I loved that time of Raw in 2011. It was just brilliant.
Yeah, that was good. And we have a lot of WWE videos up here at the library that I work at sometimes.
Yeah.
And yeah, they have all the best of SmackDown 2011, 2012.
Switching gears now to the Mae Young Classic.
Yes.
Have you watched the show so far? The tournament?
I only saw the first 4 after I watched the other ones. But actually, I was talking about Rachel Ellering, Paul Ellering's daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got where she got the name Rachel Evers from.
She got the name what?
Rachel Evers. Because on the show, she took Lance Storm's last name because he trained her.
Right. So
she trained at the Storm Academy.
Lance Storm's wrestling school.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's where she got the last name, Rachel Evers.
There are two women. I mean, Rachel is. She could be a hot favorite in this tournament. I liked what I've seen of her thus far.
Mm-hmm.
But there are two women in this tournament who I think could potentially be contenders for the trophy. Shayna Baszler,
right,
and Mercedes Martinez. Your thoughts,
Yeah,
please?
Mercedes Martinez. She's from Shimmer.
Yeah, because they have that kind of street fight style that I like in them, and
Right.
they've got the right amount of aggression, and
Right.
I'm really gunning for them in this tournament. What do you think?
Mhm. Yeah, I like Shelby. I like Sheena Baszler, and I like Mercedes Martinez.
Yeah,
They're two of the best I've seen on there.
I've heard rumors. I don't know whether they're true or not. That the winner of the Mae Young Classic could be in contention for the NXT Women's Championship.
But some of these women after the tournament, some of them are eventually going to show up on NXT.
Yeah, because the same thing happened with the Cruiserweight Classic.
Yeah.
You had 32 competitors there, and
then eventually they're going to show up on Raw and SmackDown as well.
exactly. But why shouldn't they though? That's the thing.
Right.
They've all got the talent. They all deserve to be there.
So that's why whether like they win or lose in the tournament, they're eventually going to show up on WWE television.
Yeah, because it's not about all of these women. Their goal is to get to WWE, right?
Yeah.
The Mae Young Classic is simply a platform for them to do that.
Right.
So as long as they have a good showing, as long as they can show the right amount of aggression, the right qualities that WWE is looking for in their characters, then they've got a job.
I want to see Serena Deeb back on WWE television, like on the main roster.
Yeah,
we never really got to see her aside from being in the Street Edge Society for a short while.
No, I didn't realize up until I saw the bracketology that Serena Deeb was the same person.
Yeah, that was
Back in 2010, because I really liked Serena in 2010. I thought without her, I thought the Straight Edge Society wouldn't have worked.
Right.
Because
you can't have a society with only two people.
Exactly. And she was the perfect valet or, manager per se that Punk needed at that time.
And you notice Luke Gallows has the same look that he did when he was in Straight Edge Society, and he has the same name.
Yes, he does. That's a good point, actually. I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
He does. He really does. But, I'm really looking forward to Serena in this tournament. Who is the luchador masked wrestler that we saw in the first round of the tournament?
Princessa Sughit.
That's her.
That's her, yes.
I'm looking forward to seeing her in this tournament. More of her.
There's also Piper Niven.
Piper Niven, yes. Brilliant. Great talent. I enjoyed her matches so far as well.
She can move around.
Yeah, she can. She's very quick. She's very fast.
Yep.
Which makes her matches exciting.
Yep.
And she's a great talent. And there are 4 or 5 people who I believe could really win this tournament. She's one of them.
Right.
So going forward to the Raw Women's Division, it will now be at No Mercy Sasha Banks, Alexa Bliss, Nia Jax, and Emma in a fatal 4-way for the Women's Championship.
Right.
What are your thoughts on that?
That's what pay-per-view?
No Mercy.
No Mercy. Oh, that's for you, right? Are you still on that?
No, Ben put me on something different, so.
Oh, okay, right.
I'm off.
Well, whoever's doing that one, that's more work for them because fatal 4-ways are going to be crazy.
That's going to be difficult. I don't envy I don't envy the person who's going to get to cover that.
But it's a lot better. It's better than seeing Sasha Banks and Alexa Bliss for like the 100th time. I don't know. I don't know how many matches.
You don't like their feud?
No, but they keep flipping the title back and forth because apparently Vince McMahon likes quick title changes. That's actually an article I read.
Really?
online. That's why there've been. That's why Alexa wins at Sasha wins at SummerSlam, and Alexa wins it back from her on Raw because Vince likes quick title changes.
Where did you read that?
I was one of the items that it was one of the sites that I saw on Facebook. I was scrolling down, and there was an article on that. What's going on with all these quick title changes?
Well, if it's not WNS or WWE, I wouldn't trust it.
That's true. It might be fake news.
Or if it's the Wrestling Observer, I wouldn't trust it.
Oh, someone who likes Dave Meltzer and subscribes to the Wrestling Observer.
I like Dave. Let me get this right. I like Dave, right. But sometimes he goes on a bit.
No, but that's what I'm talking about. Like, I don't hate the guy. I just some of the news that he reports mostly end up not happening, or he goes on and on about them.
But sometimes he's right.
Yeah, sometimes he's right.
Like I heard before Kurt Angle was announced as general manager, that was reported on the Wrestling Observer.
Right.
And it came true. But I think, look, I know you don't like Dave very much, right? You're not a fan of his, are you?
Well, I've been listening to him for years on Live Audio Wrestling, so like I don't hate him. I just he's just another fan. Yeah,
but he's in my opinion, he's got very good instincts.
Right.
On the business. But some of the comments that he made, I don't know if you've read the Rise and Fall of WCW.
No, I haven't.
It's on.
That's a book, right?
Yeah, it's a book.
Okay. I haven't read that.
Yeah, you should. I recommend you getting it. There's two, and I think you should get both of them.
Okay.
Because they are both. One was written in 2004.
Right.
And one was written, I think, a couple of years after that.
Okay.
But they're both good. So I recommend you reading them. And one of the reasons I brought that up was in the prologue, or forward, I should say, he said that WCW gave everybody creative control of their contracts over their television characters. He gave them creative control over their television characters. And that's not true.
Oh,
not true at all.
Right.
One guy had creative control over his contract, and that was Hulk Hogan. That was it. Nobody else had creative control.
Right, because Hulk Hogan can do what he wants, right?
Well, apparently so. I'm not sure. I like Hulk, but so this is what I'm saying. Sometimes Dave can be a bit off.
Yeah. Right.
We can be a bit off on what he reports. But going back to SmackDown, do you think the Shane McMahon storyline will result in either him getting removed as commissioner, or what? What do you think is going to happen?
I think he may get removed as commissioner and placed back on the active roster, since he likes to attack the talent.
What do you mean attack the talent? Kevin Owens went
off. No, like you know how now, like Dave Bryan was saying, you can't go around attacking our employees. You know.
Otherwise, Kevin Owens will sue you.
You're right. Kevin Owens wants to sue everyone now.
Oh gosh, I feel sorry for Shane.
If we're not careful, he might sue on the mic with Meta. Yeah,
exactly. We better not say anything bad about him on the podcast. We'll get sued for defamation.
Right?
So
he's a vindictive man.
He's a vindictive man. He's dangerous, and apparently he can sue anybody he wants.
Yep.
So, but going back to Dolph Ziggler, because I've got about 5 minutes left in the show.
Okay.
I just want to quickly finish off by saying Dolph Ziggler. So you're writing him off, right? You don't think there's any saving his character?
No, unless they send him to NXT and do something there with him, rebuild him there.
I disagree with you, because I think he should go to. I think he should stay on SmackDown Live. Hear me out. He should stay on SmackDown Live, be in a US title match with a US title feud, I should say, with AJ Styles. Because we know both of them can work, both of them can have great matches, and by the end of that feud, there should be a series of matches. By the end of that feud, the promos and in-ring work of Dolph Ziggler should be enough to propel him back into the main event scene. What do you think?
Well, that's true, but isn't Styles in a feud with Baron Corbin right now?
He is?
I don't know. I'm just guessing from everything I've been seeing lately with involving the U.S. Championship, and next week he's going to face Ty Dillinger in the U.S. Open.
Yeah, I know he's doing the open. I know he's doing the open challenge thing. I just didn't realize he was in an actual feud with Baron Corbin. I didn't.
I'm asking because I don't know. Like it just looks like it from what I've been seeing.
Maybe, but even so, I would still like to see AJ Styles and Dolph Ziggler, because I think both of them can have great in-ring matches, and the promos of both men could be awesome. And as I said, by the end of that feud, Dolph Ziggler could be propelled back into the main event scene. What do you think? Would you like to see that?
Yeah, that'd be good. Like I said, I was saying send him back to NXT, but that could be good as well to rebuild him.
Or you could rebuild both of them and have Baron Corbin and Dolph Ziggler in the same feud.
A triple threat.
Yeah.
That would be good.
Only time will tell, my friend. Only time will tell.
Because Baron Corbin doesn't care about anyone but himself. Yeah. He's a lone wolf.
Exactly. And I think he's still being punished right now, isn't he?
It seems that way. And stop screaming at the crowd. Thank you.
I hope he can regain his momentum, and I hope Ziggler can regain his momentum.
Just scream at your opponents. Don't scream at the crowd.
Just be a heel, Baron. You don't need to start screaming at the audience.
Be silent.
Yeah, the audience aren't going to help you, as in in the ring. You know,
no.
They're
not the ones. They're not the ones wrestling. You are.
Yeah. So just to conclude, I hope Baron Corbin and Dolph Ziggler can regain their momentum, and I guess only time will tell.
Oh, see, that's one thing we can tweet to the IWC. How many matches have they had?
The IWC is just a group of people, and I will say this, and I will be on record saying this. The IWC is just a group of people, in my opinion, who just want to complain about the product, but in real life have no idea what it's like to be in a match, and have no idea what it's like to write a TV show.
Yep.
We can have opinions or whatever, but to specifically slander WWE and say that they don't know what they're doing, and the most common thing I've heard is Vince McMahon is out of touch.
That's the one thing I'm always hearing.
How ludicrous! How pathetic!
He's an out of touch old man.
Yeah, this is someone who's built this entire organization, but now he's out of touch.
Right.
Pathetic.
He placed all of his money on WrestleMania 1. On the creation of WrestleMania 1.
Yeah.
And that it would be a success, and it was.
Yeah. If that didn't succeed, I've heard stories from Joe Briscoe and others, Pat Patterson included. If that WrestleMania 1 didn't succeed, this company would not be here today. And I heard that from Vince himself.
Right.
So, he's obviously done something right. Otherwise, the company wouldn't be where it is today.
Yep.
So, who knows? Who knows what's going to happen with Baron Corbin? Who knows what's going to happen with Dolph Ziggler? Only time will tell. Thank you, Elio, once again for being on the show. I love doing this with you. It's awesome. And I hope you had a good time too.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been On the Mic with Metha. I hope you enjoyed the show, and we'll see you next week. Have a good day, Mr. Elio.
All right, you too.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.